Hello everyone and welcome once again to the Engage UK channel. Little quick video for you today. It's a bit of a request item. I was planning to do it anyway, but I've kind of pushed it to the top of the list of videos to do because someone asked for it. And today it's a quick guide on how to fit these Dapol Light Bars. For those who aren't familiar with them, they're available for Dapol multiple units and coaches. They come in two types, the white, which are these are both white, and in a yellow type, which obviously are there to represent older style gas or incandescent lighting for older coaches, things like their Colettes, and I think also some of the Gresley coaches also take these. They fit into some coaches and DMUs that are already ready for them. In other words, there's some electrics inside some of their DMUs and coaches with a plug, which a socket rather, which this plugs into, and they work on DC or DCC. Pretty easy to do, they're plug and play. Some people find them a little bit bright, but I like them. I think they look good. If you want to see what they look like running, then have a quick look at my video on the class 153, Dapol 153, which you'll see running on the Model Railway Club test circuit. And that has light bars fitted to it. Today I'm going to fit it in two things just to show slight differences. This is a dummy class 156 unit, which I've also reviewed. You may have seen the review of that in Regional Railways. So I'm going to show you how to fit one in one of the coaches in here, and also a bit of a sneak peek, because I haven't actually reviewed this, but also how to fit them in their light bar ready coaches. This is one of their newer HST coaches in Intercity Swallow livery. I'm going to do a review on the HST set and also these coaches quite soon, hopefully, because they open slightly differently. Now with the DMU, you do get instructions, including instructions about how you fit light bars, so always worth having a look at those before you start. Tells you about them here. This model is light bar ready. They operate on both DC and DCC power. Instructions for fitting are contained within the packaging of the light bar packs. Oh, right, okay. Well, that kind of tells you to go and look at this. There's some instructions underneath there I can see. But I do know, before I start, that for the DMU you need to take the whole body off, I believe. I'll check that. But I know for the coaches, all you need to do is unclip the roof. So that should be a little bit easier. So I'm going to start by just opening one of these light bar packs and getting all the instructions out and everything, and I'll be right back. Okay, having done that, open the packet, you get a little instruction leaflet and the actual light bar itself. It's quite delicate, but should work fine. The Dapol Light Bar can fit any coach which has been constructed to accept the fitting. Installation is very easy. Well, we'll see about that. Please follow these instructions. Unclip the roof. So it says here that you unclip the roof. So obviously I've only opened these before to check for DCC conversion, so perhaps you can take the roof off of these DMUs. We'll have a look at that in a sec. Unclip the roof. There are some runners that the light bar sits inside. Here it tells you how to unclip it, and then you plug it. So you clip it into the runners, you plug it in, and you put the roof back on. Sounds pretty straightforward. Let's start the process. We'll have a go at the coach first, I think, because I know for sure that does unclip. So let's just put the light bar to one side, the DMU out of the way. Here's Intercity Swallow livery HST coach. Lovely coach, but I'm not doing a review of it at the moment. Just pop it out of the packaging, and by sliding a finger or fingernail just under here, well, that's very easy. It's just unclipping really nice and easy there. Look, not one side is out already. Let's do the other side. Well, there you go. That was really easy. Okay, that's the inside of the coach. Bring it up a bit closer. There's the socket at that end. Obviously the light bar sits above this. It's got really nicely detailed. Yep, I'm going to do a review of this quite soon. Here's the roof. Okay, just get that such an orientation. I think you can see just the runners that run along the inside of the roof. So obviously we lay the light bar into that, bring it up to the coach, plug it in, pop the roof back on. So let's have a quick go. We've got to get it the right way up, which obviously means that the electrics are all on one side, so it should just lay in the runners like so. Now, how does it, let's just have a quick think about how this actually stays in there. It doesn't seem to, sorry, I've never actually done this before, so I'm learning as I go. It clips in, but it just falls back out. Now, is there a way of clipping that in? I don't think there is. I think you have to clip it. I'm surprised they don't have some way of fixing that in more permanently. Assuming it doesn't need to be. It is all the way in, it is all the way back, but it's loose. Let's have a think about that. Maybe something underneath just to hold it would be a good idea. I'm going to stop the camera, have a think about this, see what might be a good solution. Be right back. Well, two options occurred to me. One was obviously to glue it. That would make it slightly less easy to take it back out at some future point. Another option, and the one that I've actually gone for, is I've just put a couple of tiny bits of blue tack underneath and it's staying in. So let's plug it up. We need to get the orientation right, pop the roof back on, and then we'll see if it works. We'll put it on a little bit of track, so just make sure we've got the plug the right way around. It's a 3-pin plug. Doesn't really help. I think it might go this way. Very small little plug. Am I right? A little bit of a crack there. No, I don't think so. Let's take that back out. Let's have a quick look. Ah, there is a guide there. Let's have a quick look here. Not really very clear which way round this plugs, to be honest. I'll try it the other way, see if it goes in easier. It doesn't like that. Let's go back to the other way. I'm just going to pause a second while I plug it in. Well, I was actually right the first time, the way I tried to plug it. It has gone in. The pins are not quite centered, so looking at the socket, you can see the socket and the pins are slightly offset to one side, and they're also offset on the plug. So by having a proper close look at it, I could see how to do it. Now, these wires probably a bit longer than they need to be. Can tuck them in somehow. Don't really want to put them in inside the internals of the coach, because then they'll show through the, unless we can hide them in the guards area. Let's see if we can just coax them into this guards area as we clip the roof back on. That's better. I'm just using a wooden stick, obviously. There we go, that's not bad. So let's just clip the top back on. Mind, obviously this does have pickups, this coach, so just be a bit careful. And there's also some fine detail like steps, which we don't really want to damage. I think that's back on. Right, test time. A little bit of track. So I have a little bit of track here, and this is actually easy track, so it's 2mm fine scale. And I understand the camera's a bit high, but I think this will be bright enough if I just light it up, and there you go. And that, I've got to say, looking from the side on, that does look pretty neat. That works really well. Obviously the Polarity doesn't affect it. Just turn it the other way. And I'm just using a 9-volt battery, but that would work just as well on DCC. So that's a coach, very quick and easy, considering it was the first one I've done. And I think that blue tack method, a really thin, very, very, very thin sausage, just a couple of pieces laid in that groove and pushed the light bar in. Obviously be careful with it, it is slightly delicate, and that worked really well. So let's have a look at the DMU. I'm just going to stop the camera, I'll get it out, have a look, see if it is actually possible to unclip the roof and do it that way. So there is the extremely nice Class 156, and although the roof was less obvious, it does unclip. I've just got my finger under it there, just running it along. And there we go, wow, that came off really easy. You have to be careful because of these end corridor connections, which can just drop out. Obviously this one has a chip, because it has lighting. This has to go back in a certain way. It does describe how to do it on the instructions for the DMU. It pops back in and then the roof goes back on. So again, the light bar would just sit in that groove. I don't think I need to fit it in this one to show you how it's done. It's exactly the same. It sits in that groove. There is the socket, obviously, and here is the blanking plate at the moment, because this is not DCC converted, standard NEM 651 6-pin chip. Lovely interior. Because this is the dummy, not the motor, you've got full interior, but I think you get full interior on these on the motors as well, because they hide the motor in the undercarriage here. So they're a wonderful model. You can see the review of this dummy unit in another video on my channel. So there they are, Dapol light bars, very simple to fit, and I think rather nice once they go on. As I say, I think nowadays all of their coaches are light bar ready. Some of their early ones were not. Certainly all the HST ones, I think the Colettes that they've been releasing in the last year or two, and some Gresleys are also light bar ready. But do check. Light bars themselves, I think they list about £7, but normally if you go to train shows and Dapol have a stand, they're about £5. And as I say, you can get them in white, which obviously suits these kind of era carriages and DMUs. But if you're going for the older coaches, you can get them in yellow, which look like gas lighting. So Dapol light bars. Thanks for watching this video, hope it was useful. I hope to be back soon with more videos. Until then, please take care. I will see you soon.